Hello, YouTube friends. Uh-oh, that's not a good moment to record. All right, so now that you got to see Pooper doing what she's known best for, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about a subject that probably a lot of you have a lot of thoughts on and experiences with, and that is dealing with depression. So, one of the things that I am coming to realize again that I'd forgotten about over the last year is that I kind of suffer from some depression issues. And a lot of it has to do with not really liking to be alone very much. And so that is one of the reasons why it worked out so well for me on the most part, I think, of being in the truck all year, because I was with my best friend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I was never alone. And he's also a pretty happy guy, you know. So even if you're kind of having a bad day, he doesn't want to let that bad day stick around. He likes to get rid of it as soon as possible. So it's hard to be bummed out around Rick for very long at all. He's just too much fun for all that. So I just, but I've kind of forgot that I have some depression issues around being alone and lonely, because I was never lonely. I was always with Rick all the time, except for just a few days of the last year. And so now that I'm home and it's just me and the puppies, and I don't really have a lot of extra cash or anything to just be out, like driving back and forth to Orlando to go to the theme parks and stuff like that, I've just been really homebodying it, which is I have a tendency to not only not like to be alone, but stay home alone all the time, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But if you've ever dealt with depression, you probably know that one of the worst parts about depression is it's hard to pull yourself up out of it. You do a lot of things that are not positive for trying to turn around your depression. You do things that kind of make you stay in a depression a lot of the time, like you sleep too much sometimes, or some people drink too much, or you don't eat right, you don't exercise, maybe you don't take as good a care of yourself as you should or you normally do. You just stay home by yourself and just kind of let yourself get in that funk and then stay in the funk. That's kind of what I've been doing for the last few days. And it just kind of dawned on me this morning that I was like, man, I don't like being depressed. It's not fun by any means. It kind of makes you feel, sad, obviously, but you kind of feel ashamed of yourself a lot of the time when you're depressed, I think, or at least I do. And like, I don't know, it's kind of like there's so many bad feelings that come with it that just kind of feed upon themselves, and it just is very difficult to pull yourself out of that and say, you know what, I don't want to be depressed. And yeah, everybody knows there's things that you can do to avoid depression or to help deal with depression, like counseling, of course, is one if you have that option. I don't have any insurance, so I don't really have the opportunity to go see a counselor right now. I don't even have any like medical people here in Florida yet. I went to the hospital once, but that's, that wasn't exactly an ideal situation. So, and they say exercise is good for dealing with depression, and I do not like exercise. I mean, I don't mind getting out and wandering around, walking, doing theme parks, stuff like that, but I'm not a bike rider. I'm really bad on a bike, actually. I used to have a bike and I'd fall on it a lot. And I don't know if it's because I have bad equilibrium or what, but I just am not very good on a bike. So I know that that's an option. That's something that they say is really helpful when you're dealing with some emotional and depression type of issues. Diet, I'm kind of terrible about cooking for myself when I'm all alone. I don't really have everything I need. Like, I don't have an air fryer right now because ours died, and I don't like to go back and forth from my RV to Rick's RV, back and forth to cook stuff constantly. But his refrigerator works, so I've got some food over there. But it's mainly I've just been eating sandwiches and stuff, and I'm kind of terrible at that. I used to be really bad on the weekends. Sometimes I'd lose like 7 pounds or something because I just was terrible about eating as much as I should, which is weird because, I'm not exactly super skinny. But so there's a lot of things, and like today I just was like, this is dumb. I can't just keep this up. I can't just be upset and emotional or depressed or whatever you want to call it for day after day after day. It's not getting me anywhere. It's not making me happy, that's for sure. And I do talk to Rick on the phone a lot, so it's not like I never get, like, now that he's gone, he's just gone. I talk to him a lot, but it's just, I just realized I got to get out of this funk. So the shop was open today, so I got to go in and take a shower. And Rick had suggested to me, I think yesterday, that I should bring the doggies out here to Lake Okahumpka Park, which is right down the road from where we live. And yesterday I was like, I don't want to. I haven't taken a shower, yada, yada. But today I was like, you know what? I got to do something a little bit better than just sit here. So that's what I'm doing. So this place is pretty beautiful, actually. I know it's Florida, so what do you expect, right? But it is very cool. Look at the Spanish moss over there. It's gorgeous. And all the greenery. It's a beautiful day. It's like almost 80 degrees, I think, out here. And let's see. It was really, really hot in my RV because I didn't have my AC running. And so that was part of the reason I made this journey, was so that I could get out here and get some gasoline for my generator. I don't know what the doggies are barking about. Oh, there's a puppy behind us, that's why. So I am out here. I've got a few snacks to share with the puppies. I've got water for them and Gatorade for me. And come on, Pooper, stop it. And we're just taking a walk here in this park, checking it out. It's quite beautiful. So this park kind of sprawls around a lot of different directions. And this is my first time coming here, so I don't really know where I'm going exactly or what I'm going to see. But it's nice to get out and bring the doggies out because they're Chihuahuas. They're not like labs where they need to get out and run so much, but they do get bored, I'm sure. They need exercise. So I'm sure they're having a little bit of fun out here barking at people and smelling new smells. But this is interesting about this park is all along it, they have these world trail exercise things. This is a chin up, an inclined chin up, and an inverted chin up bar, all of which I am not going to try because I am weak. But that is cool. So I met a nice older gentleman out here with his Sheltie, and we talked about dogs for a few minutes, but he's going one way and I'm going the other. So here we are at the next exercise equipment. Sorry, I don't know what the routine part was for. But, here we've got another walker. So this one is a jump and touch. Standard jump, or standing jumping, one leg standing jump, and crouched high jump. It's very interesting. So this out here is probably going to be Would you quit walking around me, dogs? Goodness gracious, walking with dogs is annoying sometimes. This probably going to be the most cool part of this whole walk. I could be wrong, but I could be right. We do have to watch out for alligators and snakes in Florida, although I'm yet to ever see any of them. Not that I want to see one right this second. I do see probably a blue heron right there, fishing for its dinner. Oh, there it goes. Man, there are so many things about Florida that make me love it here, but the wildlife is a huge part of it. I just love the fact that everywhere I go, even though there's not alligators usually, there's so much wildlife here. There's so much to see of. It's like a zoo kind of everywhere instead of just at the zoo. Oh, these water lilies are cool. Look at that, you guys. That is cool. Watch out, Pete. Could be alligators. Wow, isn't this cool, you guys? Very, very beautiful out here. And the weather is perfect. You guys, you'd think if I've ever been anywhere where I was going to see a gator, this would be the place. But I don't see any sign of any gators right now. I don't know what's up with it. I don't know if they're hiding from me, if they are all laying somewhere else, but I just don't see any yet. But this place is spectacular. It is beautiful, and it is just about 5 minutes from our home, so that is amazing. As with any dog walk, you need to bring a bowl of water for them because they get thirsty. Although there was a bowl of water up by the bathroom that someone had left for pets, so that's nice. But these guys were getting pretty thirsty out there. Well, over here they've got canoe checkout. You call a number, and I guess, I don't know if someone comes out or what exactly happens, but you could take a canoe out here and I guess wrestle with an alligator out in the lake. Check out the Spanish moss on this tree. It is amazing. Look at that. So cool. So here it is, folks. Lake Okahumpka in all of its hugeness. Still don't see any alligators, which is kind of good, because if one of them came up here, tried to swipe one of my dogs, I don't think I'd win that battle. But this is a boat dock, so people can take their boats down here. I don't know like how deep this lake is, so I don't know what kind of boats you take out here, but it is a beautiful day to be at the lake. So I'm glad I came out here today, and I feel like my mental health is already picking up a little bit. This is a good little trip for me and the puppies to come check out this place that's so close to home, have a little picnic lunch, and walk around, get a little bit of exercise, see nature. Still no alligators, but it's been good, and it's been good for me. I think it's been good for the puppies, and yeah, so if you struggle with depression or just feeling down in the dumps, as it were, I understand. It happens to some people, not to everyone. I know not everyone has feelings of depression or anxiety or anxiousness. I have a lot of anxiety normally. And it's not like, I don't know if it's enough anxiety to like really need treatment for it. as much as it's just, I find that my mind is very anxious about things sometimes. And a lot of times it's not really important stuff. But, that's just kind of the beauty of the human mind, I guess, is it's got lots of oddities about it. And not all of them are easy to deal with. But, could be a lot worse. It could definitely be a lot worse. For those of you who are wondering about my job, I still have not heard. I called this morning, talked to Joe, the office or the park manager, and he said he hadn't heard anything either. And I don't know if that's a good thing, if it's a bad thing, or if it's just a thing. But I am very anxious about that, I'll tell you that much. I've been at the yard for over a week now, which is, not the best thing. I need to get out of there one way or another. And so hopefully I hear something yet today, if not tomorrow morning, so that I can figure out what the next step is in moving forward. If I have to boondock for a while before Rick gets back, it's going to be a little rough out there. I don't have everything I need to be in perfect boondocking situation. So we shall see. But thanks for joining me on this walk and talk. I hope that you've had a good day yourself and are not feeling anxious, anxiety, or depression at this time in your life. But if you are, feel free to talk to me about it, because I'd be more than happy to talk to you about your feelings. So if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, give advice, whatever it is you feel like doing. But thanks for being friends.